How's it going, everybody? Welcome to episode number 15 of the Nick of Time podcast. Obviously, you have myself, my amazing co-host, Ms. Georgie, and we have a very special guest for you today. A good friend of mine. Again, I feel like, a lot of my friends are stationed back in Germany. A workout partner that I had, he helped me out with a lot of stuff I was trying to get through. A very good guy, great father, great husband, Mr. Jordan Irizarry.
What's up, y'all?
Woo!
Let's do this.
How's it going? He is I guess you could say bodybuilder, but he's also still in the Air Force. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I am.
Yeah, but tell the people a little bit about yourself.
Well, as he said, Jordan Irizarry. I go by Izzy. That's what everyone knows me as. I've been in the Air Force now 7 years. Most of my career was spent in Germany with Adams. I do a little bit of working out. I enjoy it. I do a lot of coaching, and I just try to teach somebody more about life rather than just lifting, as in like discipline. As I love, this is my shirt, all about discipline in the gym translates to discipline in life. So that's what I'm all about.
I love that, man. And I think that's why I kind of always gravitated towards you, because not even like you said, like outside the gym, I think you just naturally gravitate towards people that are like-minded and like that have that aura about like, hey, I want to get after it in every aspect of my life. But before we get into nitty-gritty, I guess because a lot of people that watch this, either one, they're not all in the military, or two, like they're seeing people that I know that they don't know for the first time, like ever, right? So I usually like to start with something that like a lot of people can really like relate to, or like, hone in on. Can you, if you don't mind sharing your journey on how much did you weigh at one point? I know we talked about this, like that weight loss journey that you went through 2021, right? It was last year, correct?
Last year, yeah.
If you could just elaborate and just let people know, like, at one point you're super fit, the Spank Dollum days, put on some dad weight, and then, aspired to get back into it.
Yeah, well, I guess I'll start with, so everyone can really see where this stems from. My childhood, I was always like the chubby kid, and one time I went to a doctor, my pediatrician, and they tried to send me to fat camp. My dad got so mad. Yeah, and he was like, "There's no way my son's going to fat camp." So I started playing sports and all that. But yeah, I got pretty big into lifting during college football. I played football basically all my life, and then once I got to Germany, I got into the bodybuilding world. And like Adam said, in 2016, I think it was, I was getting ready for my first show, and then I got tasked for a deployment. So that got called off. And I just feel like 2017, the same thing, I got deployed. 2018, same thing, I got deployed. And then 2019, my son was born, and then COVID lockdowns happened. And not only like moving to America from Germany, and I was like, wow, there's so much good food out here. And I just lost control. I think I got to the States in 2019. I was about 200 pounds. And then by September 2020, I got up to 268 pounds, I think it was. And I was a big boy.
At what height? You got it. At what height? How tall?
Yeah, I'm pushing 5'8", but like as I squat more, I'm probably like 5'7.5".
Yeah.
So I mean, like, you don't the shit, it catches up to you, you don't realize it. And then I just start buying bigger clothes, and I'm like, oh, I'm cool, whatever. I'm still going to PT, like Air Force PT. So, and then it was during COVID too, so no gyms were open, and I was just
that shit was hard.
Yeah.
It's like trying to, like, COVID, like everything, I don't know. Like gyms were shutting down, like then like the only food that you can get or is like open, is like typically like fast food. And then like, and prices skyrocket for like healthy stuff.
Yeah.
We're just like, damn, it's kind of
Yeah.
sucks.
It was rough for sure.
Yeah.
And then trying to figure out the balance between being, not only being a husband, but now I have a little kid that I got to raise. So trying to find that time to, gym time, help the wife with the kid. Now I have 2 kids, but help the wife with one kid at the time. And I was just like, right now my priority is being a father and being a husband. I'll figure out the rest later. So then I think that took a step back in my fitness life. But I remember the day I looked in the mirror and I was like, all right, I'm done. Like at some time, like some switch has to flip. And like from that day on, it was game over. I already figured out the balance part with life and being a father, and a husband. So then it started being, all right, I'm going back to my dream of being a bodybuilder. And so from September 2020, 268. Then I stepped on stage August 8th, 2021 at 178 pounds. So
that's
Damn.
crazy, huh? That is insane.
Or was it
That
just like
blows my
lifting and
mind.
like eating?
lifting, eating, cardio. And I like people ask me all the time, oh, what'd you eat? And I'm like, man, if it's fun, you're not doing it right. Like it has to be boring. The same thing every day. Like
I can't do that.
Ground-
I have to have ice cream like once a week.
I still have cheat meals. Every Sunday. Thursdays I was allowed to have 6 cups of Frosted Flakes. So it wasn't terrible. 6 cups is a lot too. Have you ever had 6 cups of Frosted Flakes?
Dude, Frosted Flakes though, like
that's funny. Yeah, man. Thank you for sharing that. I think one reason why I think that story or your story is so important, at least to me, I could care less what everybody else said, but for those that do care, right? I think why it's so important is because when we were working out, I would be in the gym, be like, damn man, this guy is like, he goes hard, you know what I mean? So it made me want to rise up, to a standard. And then because I'm crazy like that, and to see you fall off, not necessarily in life, because I'm no doubt you're a wonderful husband and a wonderful father, but like to see you like at one point, look a certain way, and then to see you look the way you look, just like off social media,
Right.
I was like, it was different, right? And then to see you being able to channel that energy and get back to where you are now, and probably even better, right?
Way better
than any point at any time. So I guess it's just so important because people think like once you get to a status, whether that's business, right? In your career or like, your education or your fitness goals, that it can't be taken from you.
Right. Definitely.
Like it definitely can. And also even more so that it's important to know that you can get that back with any kind of discipline. You can always get back to where you're trying to go. So I think that's super important.
Oh yeah.
Sure. Georgia, you got any questions for our man Izzy?
Well, I guess like I don't know. I feel like life happens and then boom, it's like trying to work out. Like I don't know about you guys, but I spend like 2 hours in the gym maybe. Like if I'm feeling it, it's a good time. But then like you get like I don't have any kids, but then I honestly couldn't imagine like trying to keep up with the gym lifestyle when having kids, because like I work and I go to the gym right after and I still feel like I'm trying to time management poorly, because I'm like coming home at about like 5 o'clock and I've been gone since like 7. So I don't know, like were you just like I just gotta go, like this is what I'm gonna do? Or is your like wife cool with like, obviously you have to spend a good amount of time in the gym to kind of bounce back like the way you did? Like is she, oh like don't go, like stay, or you're in the gym too long, or?
No, I'll tell you, so I worked in the training section. So I'd work typically like a.m. to 3 p.m. And then they give us like an hour to do PT 3 to 4.
Oh,
So my schedule was the same thing every day, every work day. I'd get up at 3:30 in the morning. I get to the gym at 4:15. I do my hour fasted cardio. I get back to the house, cook my meals. Kid will, or wife and the kid would wake up, cook them breakfast. I'd cook them breakfast. Like I still try to involve myself in their life while I'm doing my own life, and also sacrificing sleep at that point. So then I'd go to work, eat my meals, whatever, work out from 3 to 4. I only train for about 60 minutes, 70 minutes tops. And then I do my additional cardio after I train. So I'd be home about 4:30, 5 o'clock. And then that time, like I made sure my meal 5 was in time with their dinner time. So I can still sit at the table, eat dinner with them. And then, give my son a bath, put him to sleep, and then watch like Netflix with the wife for like an hour. And then after my last meal, I had an additional 60 minutes of cardio. So then I'd do that. And then I'd go to sleep. Good.
He's on it, yo.
You do 60
On
minutes
it.
of cardio before you go to bed?
During my show, prep for my show, I was like, my max cardio was at 2.5 hours.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah. And,
So
and I think it's really important on your off days. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead, man. Go ahead, for real, go.
Either your off days from the gym or your off days from work. So like Saturday and Sunday, I'd be freaking dead. I'd be so tired, but I don't know if it'd make it worse if I stayed home and sleep on the couch. So I made an effort to, like, every weekend we went out to do something, like either go to the zoo or do that, just so one, my energy expenditure was higher and I would still burn calories and I'm not wasting away. And two, it's kind of like catching up with them and sharing my life with them too. So I think just having your priorities set and knowing that you're gonna have to sacrifice something, like you choose to put yourself through this. They didn't choose to go through this with you, So you better give up some things so you can still love them and all that good stuff.
No, for sure. And that's like discipline at its finest, and being able to time manage and do all the things you've done is super fascinating. But what I was gonna say was to all those people out there that neglect cardio, like I said, it doesn't have to be intense, but dude, that stuff's important, It's, all these people that think like, oh, it's not a big deal. It's definitely not a necessity. You could definitely be in shape without it, but it just makes your overall health, for me, like, better.
Yeah.
Bro, heart health.
Heart health.
You know what I'm saying? Like, your heart's got to work out too.
Yeah, I got a lot of people that hit me up and like, oh man, I can't gain weight. I can't keep up with all. I can't eat this much. My appetite is trash. And then I put them on 30 minutes of fasted cardio 5 times a week, and they're like, holy crap, I'm eating like a horse now.
No, for sure. Yeah. So I got a question for you, I guess. Because I've worked out with you, multiple times, and I know your discipline and your drive is very, very strong. I guess my question to you is, like, do you ever get to a point, and like you said, I know a lot of these things, especially in the bodybuilding world, get boring, but not in a boring sense, but in like I need to test my mind in a different kind of way. Do you ever find yourself doing things like that? And it doesn't have to be like just working out. It could be like outside of the gym. Do you ever find yourself trying to test your mind specifically in multiple ways?
Definitely. I mean, during my whole prep, I was taking 4 classes too, trying to get my bachelor's degree. So I finished my degree in the middle of my prep, but that's how I was able to, made sure my other areas in life were still as disciplined as my bodybuilding times, like I could have took 1 class, but to me, like, I don't want to sound mean to people, but that's average. I'm not trying to be average. So 3 or 4 classes at once, like, really made me push myself to hone in. And then also during my cardio time, like 60 minutes, I'm there on the Stairmaster, replying to people's discussions. And then time to go by fast. So I think education, and then a lot of podcasts. I try to, I know a lot about the fitness world, but I don't know everything. I'm always trying to learn as much as I can. And there's things that I've told people before, and now I go back and like, no, actually I was wrong. This is how the new study is, and this probably works better. So that's how I really challenge my mind.
Yeah, I feel like that stuff is always evolving too, like you said. But I asked that question because Georgie knows this, and a few people close to me, I've talked to him about like, I like to be healthy. I like to be in the gym when I'm very active. Well, when I PCS here out to Shepherd, right? I found the gym, right? I was like, cool, got a good gym partner. He loves to lift, and we were putting a lot of weight up, and I wasn't, obviously, like I said, the stuff gets boring, right? But I was still in good shape, right? And I just got to a point where I was like, dude, I gotta switch something up drastically, like because my mind had gone to a place where you're good, brother. My mind had gone to a place where even with like hard workouts, it wasn't mentally doing it for me.
Mm-hmm.
So we had a leg day one time. It was actually inspired by the leg day I had with you when we were in San Antonio. And I walked out, bro, and I couldn't even like walk, right? My legs were shaking. So it was like a really good workout. But I sat there in my truck and I was like, dude, something's got to change. And not for like the long term, but right now. And I called up my dad and I was like talking to him. And then I was explaining about how, I need to do something different. And then we got to talking to David Goggins somehow. And then I was explaining to him who he was. He runs ultra marathons, pull-up records, all this good stuff. He was like, "Oh, have you ever thought about running a marathon?" And I was like, "No way I would ever do that. There's not a chance, right?" And then I slept on it. That next morning, I woke up and I was so disgusted with how I answered that question, because he didn't say, "Hey, you should run one." He just said, "Have you ever thought about it?" And the fact that I was afraid, like I was like, no, I was like, I don't want to do that. It really resonated with, I don't ever want to answer a question like that with that kind of like fear, I guess, because that's what I thought it was. And that morning, I literally went online, signed up for a marathon in Austin, and now I've been training for that, while also still going in the gym, but like you gotta balance that rest work cycle, so it's a little bit different. But I had to switch it up because I knew that if I didn't, that I was gonna fall into a pit to where I was complacent, and I had to do something that was out of my wheelhouse, that was gonna get me to a dark place, And after every dark place comes something great, as prime example. But yeah, I just had to share that little story, because it resonates with who you are as a person so much. So to all the people listening, test your mind.
Yeah, I relate to that. I mean, my office, the training section just signed up for a Spartan, and they kept bothering me and like, oh, let's do this. I was like, I don't run. That's not what I do. And so, well, I'm doing a Spartan in 3 weeks now.
Dude, I love that, man.
We'll
and
see
and it's definitely, and like I said, I think when I asked the question earlier, it's not like like after I run this marathon, I promise you, I do not have any intentions on doing another one anytime soon. Like, I hate running. I don't like running, especially that far distance. I ran 10 miles the other day. It took me an hour and 40 minutes. Okay.
But you did it.
Yeah, but yeah, and it's like it's crazy to say, but it's almost like I thought to myself, okay, what is my mind? What's going to be going through my mind at mile 13 when I realize I'm only halfway, right? And no matter what, which I'm gonna finish, but whether I finish or don't finish, just putting myself in that position of such a dark and like in your own head, right? Because there's
Mhm.
nobody else. It's you and it's left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot, right?
Yeah.
And once you get to a halfway point, it's like your mind's gonna register one or two things, like I'm dying or I'm gonna finish. And to test yourself, I think in those ways, just slingshots your life, like you said, into education, business,
Mhm.
careers, like fatherhood, like
Yeah.
everything. So I think that kind of stuff is super important.
Yeah, whenever someone goes into a dark time like that, training for something, whether it's competitions, marathons, my one motto is the time will pass. Like no matter
Yeah,
what, it will end eventually. Just keep going.
for sure. Georgie, what about you? You doing anything you think to uh, test yourself? Doesn't have to be working out, but
Well, I don't know. I just tested for tech, so I was kind of like a test, you know.
yeah, no, I got you.
But like, I don't know, at the gym, well, I don't know, I feel like it's like kind of up and down. Like I feel like I've been high and low when it comes to like working out. Um, I had found out in the beginning of the year that my sister is getting married in Punta Cana. Yeah, she's getting married in Punta Cana, so I was like, I gotta get ready. I have to get ready.
That's your
Because
show. That's your
That's a
show.
goal. Yeah.
yeah. So when I went to Curacao last year, they kind of gave me like a month or two, like in advance, like notification. And I really did push myself because I was like, I really, I want to slim out. I don't know like how to explain it, but I feel like there's some like body types that are just like, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. Like I just feel like you can't, what am I trying to say? Like yeah, with height and stuff like that too, like comes in like how or like where you hold your weight. But I
Mhm.
feel like some body types though like are just naturally like bigger, if that makes sense.
In a sense,
Does that make sense at
it
all? Or
uh,
like
in the females, it depends with your hormones and everything. So like estrogen and progesterone levels, some people are estrogen dominant. It's going to make you hold weight in your hips, glutes, thighs. So if that's what you're talking about, like body type,
yeah,
you have to really understand like the female physiology to really know what to do and how to do it. Like there's so
yeah,
many people out there that'll sell like, oh, sell everybody a plan for $30. That shit's not gonna work.
yeah.
Everyone's
It is
different.
not tailored. But like my sister, Nick, have you met my sister?
I haven't. No, no, I
So
have not.
so my sister, I don't even know if you've seen pictures of her. We are not the same. We are not anything alike. But here I am, like I've always been naturally like bigger, and then I think I only really look, the best when I actually like am toned out or like, you know, have muscle. But my sister, she's like the same height as me, maybe like, yeah, same height as me. And she's literally like the thinnest person you'll ever see. Like real thin, doesn't can eat a whole Domino's pizza, does not gain weight, like just does whatever. I mean, she barely, you ask her, she doesn't even really drink any water, but she just like is naturally thin. And I don't understand. Like her and I next to each other though, I'm like the linebacker, and she's like like the Victoria's Secret model. So I need to get right for Punta Cana because I can't.
When is the wedding?
Say again?
When is the wedding?
It's in December of this year, so I have time.
Oh, you got plenty of time.
Yeah, I have good time. So, but given up and down, and then getting surgery too, so I'd kind of be out for like 6 weeks. So I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do then, but I don't know. Other than that, it's just kind of I'm waiting to start my tech school so I can just start school and like be challenged again.
Mhm.
So once I get through that, then I can start my my program.
So speaking of your journey to Punta Cana, right?
Yes.
Izzy, if like you said, one shoe doesn't fit all because the anatomy of males and females are way different, and then person to person, it's just like there's too many variables, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But if there was one piece of advice that you could give, uh, that you believe is the most important, right? Because you got to start somewhere. What do you think that most important piece of advice would be for someone trying to get in shape?
Trying to get in shape.
Yeah, not
Oh,
necessarily body build, but just
yeah,
trying
yeah.
to get into a groove.
Right. All right. So I've got like top 5 for you because I can't just give one.
No. Yeah, I like that. I like
All right.
that even
So
better.
first one, gallon of water. That was my first thing I tell anyone: get your damn water in. Number 2, actually know what you're putting in your body. So whether that's MyFitnessPal or whatever you got to use, track your macros. All right.
Yeah.
Number 3, 90% of the people that I have to stay away from dairy, any kind of lactose, gluten, and alcohol. Alcohol is cool once in a while, especially with my lifestyle people that I coach, not my competitors. Competitors, yeah, you're not drinking, but lifestyle, like, yeah, go ahead and enjoy a wine or a beer once in a while. That's cool. Number 4, keep your protein high. I think everyone's starting point should be at a gram of protein per pound of body weight.
It's all good.
And then the 5th one is the bulk of your carbs should be before your workout and after your workout. That's when your body is going to want the most or need the most carbs, and your muscle will absorb it instead of your body just storing the glycogen or getting transferred to your liver and storing it as fat. So that was my top 5. Water, know what you're eating. Alcohol, keep protein high. Carbs before and after your workout.
I love carbs. I can do that.
I guarantee you do all that, you'll notice a change in like a month.
Yeah, for sure. Georgia, you got any questions for our boy Izzy?
Yes, I have like gym bro questions. So yeah, I was the one, I don't know if you had seen them before, but Nick probably sent you out like, okay, like what do you want to ask? So I have like a gym bro questions about females in the gym and attire. So like from a guy's perspective, what's your opinion on like, so I feel like all the girls now, like obviously gymming is a trend, which is great because like, yeah, be healthy, but I feel like it's becoming more like,
social hour.
Yeah, social hour. Not saying there's anything wrong with like gym outfits or whatnot, but like, because I understand
look at me, like a look at me type.
Yeah, I understand that side of it. But what's your opinion like when you walk to the gym and you see a girl with the Gymshark leggings and like the matching crop top?
Yeah. So I judge it based on their training style. Like if I see they're training heavy and they actually know what they're doing, then I respect it. It's the same thing as like a 120-pound guy in a stringer. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you
making a spaghetti top?
Like you're about to stab me with your bone.
Damn.
So,
okay, so
I'd compare it to, like I'm cool with it as long as you're not just trying to get attention. You could gauge that just by the way they're working out or
yeah. Well, in what way, like, because I like to wear leggings because I don't like to have my legs like touching, or I don't like to have like, I don't want any part of my skin really touching any kind of equipment except for like my hands are the only thing that should be like touching stuff. So I like the leggings.
Yeah.
All the colors, whatever, booty scrunch, like never been into it, but shout out to my girl Hattie. She got me in this booty scrunch and it was crazy. But like I feel like when I go to the gym, like I think a lot of guys, like even my husband thinks like, oh, like who are you wearing those leggings for? Or like, why are you always wearing leggings? Like it's not for other people. I'll wear shorts once in a while if during the summertime, but like I don't want people to think like, oh, she's wearing these for attention. But then
Mhm.
also like, because you said, if the training style is good, I typically lift like heavy.
Yeah.
So then I like it's either like I'm thinking they either think I'm wearing these for attention or I'm lifting heavy for attention or like, oh, she shouldn't be lifting that heavy. Like she probably, looks like a dude. Like I know there's some people in there, it's like, wow, like kind of
Yeah.
gross. Like, your shoulders are kind of gross. But like if they're like in there, say they're in there and they have like the little fingerless like training gloves and shit on, and they're doing like squatting and their knees are going in, like is
Hey,
that when
no,
you're just like,
That's what
the
I'm talking about.
kickback cable kickbacks. That's
I hate those. Who does those?
Yeah, I was just talking to a female, and she was asking me like, I'm trying to grow my glutes and all that. And I was like, all right, so the first thing I want you to do is stop doing kickbacks.
Yeah.
Second thing I want you to do is get really strong on deadlifts, squats, and hip thrusts. Those are the top 3 things that I want you to do. Because
Yeah.
the people doing kickbacks and all that, like there's a time and place for it, but stop trying to get people to
Yes.
look at you.
Yeah.
Hey, but to answer your question too, Georgia, I really do think like Izzy's like kind of right in the sense of like, well, at least like that the normal like gym guy, like if it's a guy that goes in the gym doesn't really know what he's doing, I think that's kind of different. But the average gym guy that kind of knows what's going on, like we know like if a girl's in the gym, like if she knows what she's doing. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like it's not hard to like to spot a person that's like, oh, like, they're not doing this right or whatever. So you could tell the ones that are in there because they're grinding and the ones that are in there because like, oh, I wanna show out and you know what I mean,
Yeah,
show off.
Yeah.
for sure.
Plus, and you can also tell, I don't know, maybe this is just me, but you can also tell like off toneness who again is out there grinding and who just like has a lot of fat on them, but you throw leggings on, you know what I mean, and
Yeah.
it tight yeah tight
Yeah.
it tightens everything up, but you know what I
Fupa.
mean, you ain't hiding anything, bro, but shout out to
Yeah.
anybody still trying to be better,
For
but
sure.
we know
He said, we know. We know.
Yeah.
Dude, do you see my Planet Fitness stories or videos
on your Snapchat.
on my Instagram?
I don't
Have
know if
you
I seen
seen
them on your
those?
Instagram.
My Planet Fitness is wild. I know a lot of people ask me, like, why do you go to like Planet Fitness? I canceled my membership and now I go on base, which on base is a mistake as well. That's not good either. I actually have met more creeps in a week on base than I did, when I was at Planet Fitness.
I
Planet
always
Fitness, I
wondered.
had like a legit stalker, like, I had some fans or whatnot, but I definitely had my stalker. But I go to the one on base and it's like, bro, you seeing anybody? Somebody comes up to me, is like, we should do yoga together. And I'm just like, what? What?
Wow.
Like, I don't, I try not to like, I don't like, I'm not mean to anybody, but sometimes I feel like I should just, like, you ever see the girls in the gym where you're just like, wow, she is probably a bitch.
Mm.
That's how I need to
Yeah.
be. That's how I need to be. But I feel like I'm like kind of, Nick, do you think I have an RBF in person?
No, it just depends. You're in your mood, I think. I think for the most part, no, you're too bubbly of a person. But
Yeah.
I've seen you annoyed before. When you get annoyed, yeah, you definitely do have it.
I
What
definitely
were you
have
gonna
my
say?
faith in the gym.
Oh yeah. No, for sure.
No one's coming up to me, I promise you.
Yeah. Freaking Izzy looks like he's about to strangle somebody and like look him dead in the eye while he does it every time he's in the gym or every time I've seen him in the gym. He's just like, yeah, don't talk to me. He's like, I'm in the zone. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
I
Which
love
is
that.
very cool. I got a question too. This is one of the ones I sent over. Coaching versus being coached, man. So obviously, I know you grew up playing sports and stuff, but talk to me a little bit about that because you obviously do teach a lot of people and you got programs for, different kinds of people, whether it's lifestyle or competing, but you also are competing, you know what I mean, yourself and in the game. How do you I wouldn't say manage the two, but what would you say the biggest difference between like learning and being coached and coaching
So,
is?
man, that's a big question. I think so. One thing, the difference I see is me being coached. Like I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to stick to the plan 100%. I'm crazy, you know. I'm not going to go
Yeah.
off the plan. And then coaching others, it's hard to know, to understand, or yeah, I guess it's hard to know if someone really is following 100%. Like, do they have the same mentality as me? So I had a mentor who was a big coach, and he was like, just understand that 80% of your people are going to cheat. They're going to go off the plan. And in your plan, you have to account for that. So that's a big difference for me, is just mentality behind it. But I gotta say, like, me coaching others keeps me level, you know, and motivated, because I see half the people I coach in the gym and they're looking at me to set the standard for them. So no matter what, I can guarantee you that I'm going to set the standard. You know, I'm going to
No,
be
for
training
sure.
hard. Yeah.
Yeah, it's another form of accountability. So yeah, I totally get that. I was just always curious about that because I know that's kind of interesting in itself. And with the whole coaching and whatnot, uh, like you said, 80% of people probably don't follow the plan. Do you think that? Do you think that it is always? I mean, I guess it is. I'm kind of answering my own question, but do you think that to a certain extent, like let's say you put a program out for somebody and they're like, you know, 70-30. So 70% of the time they're following it, they're doing what they need to do, but 30% of the time they may veer off, you know, the path. Do you think in the end that's still worth it? You
Yeah.
would say?
I think no matter what, like, especially with my competitors, like I just told a girl last week, she's about 2 weeks out. And I said, you know, no matter what, no matter where we place, like it's a competition, we want to win, but you need to look back at where we started and were you better than that person where you started, you know? And if the answer is yes, then you won the competition.
No,
That's
for
the
sure.
number one goal.
Oh.
I love that. I love that. And I think that's why I love having guests like yourself on, and then like even having like Georgia as my co-host, because a lot of people that don't know her, right? They think it's like, oh yeah, she's funny, you know, she's cool, you know, whatever the case. But like, no, she's like one of the hardest people I know, you know, or hardest working people I know, I should say, because she's going Intel, right? You know, you have to have a very high. She had to retake her ASVAB. I know y'all remember taking the ASVAB the first time.
Shit was bad.
There's no way I would retake that thing.
Yeah,
And she retook it. Yeah, she retook that for a job that she wanted, and she got that Intel job. Shout out to you, Georgie.
Good
You know
job.
what I mean?
Yeah. But when I was SF though, or still am, but my thing was I don't want to be that typical female. Like, not saying all the females in SF are the same, but you know, it's such a huge career field that you maybe get like 4 or 5 like legit real ones that you're like, if shit hit the fan and we needed to like assemble a fire team, I would be comfortable with taking them if like I had to take a female.
Yeah.
I was determined from the start, I'm not going to be that one girl that's like, oh, we got Boyd on our team, like can we like replace her? Like I was like, nope, that's not going to happen. Like I want to be the part where I was like, you know what, we would take Boyd over, you know, a handful of these guys. And so yeah, I was like, I have to like start lifting like a lot heavier and whatnot. But I think at my heaviest the heaviest I've ever been was like 167. And that was when I was like not really doing cardio, but I was like lifting really heavy. Like my warm-ups for like lat pull downs were probably like 115 or something like that. And like that was just like my warm up. I was like, wow, this is getting crazy. And then everybody at work started calling me Mrs. Wideback. And I was like, okay, maybe I should kind of cut it down a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, those guys that I'd pick you over, as far as you talk about fire team, are the guys that wear those stringers that are 120 pounds.
They wear like the little skinny jean, the skinny gray like little sweatpants and whatnot, and they stink because they don't shower.
Let's go around the room real quick. Biggest pet peeve is in the gym that you see.
The current biggest pet peeve I have is like groups of 5 of people working out together.
He said no more than 2.
Yes, like what are you doing? And then it's always the smallest guy trying to correct another kid's form. And I'm just like,
yeah, like he's the one who's like training, but he's like has no idea at all when it comes to like training.
This is who you trust? Okay.
Right.
My biggest thing, dude, is, I mean, I guess it's kind of on that topic, I guess, is like conversations, right? Like, it's cool to socialize, but there comes a point, dude, where I'm just like, dude, I'm not trying to talk, bro. Like, I didn't come in here to talk to you, right? Am I cool with saying what's up or you saying what's up? Like, yeah, it's totally, but like, that's not why I'm here, bro. And it shouldn't be why you're here. So I'll dap you up, you know what I mean? Like, in like 1 or 2 words, et cetera, but like, I'm not here. This isn't social hour, bro. You know?
Yeah.
That is my biggest pet peeve. I hate when people talk. Like, I went into the gym a couple weeks ago, and it was on a Saturday. I'll never forget this. It was like 10 a.m. And I forgot what I was doing that day. And I did a whole workout and I ran, which I run for a long time. And there was like these 2 people that were talking there I was in there for 3 hours with my running. Like, I was in there for 3 hours, and they sat in the middle of the gym, bro, like not off to the side by the entrance or not, like, bro, and talked for 3 hours, bro. I was like, even if you're done with your workout, there's no way I'm sitting there talking with somebody for 3 hours in the middle of the gym.
Their jaw got the best workout.
Exactly. There's Georgie, biggest pet peeve in the gym.
Okay, I actually have 2. I had thought about this and I can't like decide which one's worse, so it's 2. Working out right in front of the mirror. Like, so I'm referencing more Planet Fitness for this one. And I know Planet Fitness isn't like really, I get that. So their free weights was like in front of a mirror, and you would have guys that would just pick up and then right in front of the mirror and blocking, some of the stuff. I'm trying to put the 65-pound dumbbell back, and bro, you're standing right here. I am not polite. I'll just like walk right in front. I literally will just like bump into you and just be like, move.
Yeah.
So working out in front of the mirror too, like, especially, I don't know, I'm all about like form and stuff like that, and like sometimes I really need to like see exactly what I'm doing and make sure that I'm doing the right thing. So I really do like to work out with mirrors around so I can see exactly how my form is. And I can't see though when you're standing right in between me and the mirror. But there's all this other place to go stand, but you want to stand right there. I don't get it. And then the other one is somebody's using, like, you're using this machine and then you're gonna try and work different kinds of sets. Like, I get it if I get it if you're like doing back, and then you're gonna, move over to do like a, bicep workout. I get that, but like I've even noticed it on base gym. It's like, and then they get mad like when you try and move in there. It's like, bro, these 3 machines, just pick one and let the other, you know what I'm saying? Focus on the one thing and then get it done. Even at Planet Fitness, there was this girl, she had to be like 12. And she, not making fun of anybody who is anorexic, but it was bad. But I had watched her for a long time. She's one of those competitive people. Like if you were doing a workout, she'll go and do the same workout as you, like right next to you, and then but she'll purposely be doing a heavier weight. And then she'll like, I don't know, maybe she's a mental problem. I don't know. Because I had seen her, like she was trying to like battle with this like grown dude on like pullbacks or whatever, like at a seated table. And she just kept looking over and was like, all right, how much weight? And she was trying to do it, but her form was bad. But this is where like the biggest pet peeve is in play. She's on the Smith machine, legs. Shorty is about to snap in half because she's so skinny. So like, wait, but she'll take a Smith machine, have all of her stupid stuff there. And then after she's doing like lunges, she goes and does like chest on this machine, walks in a circle, and then goes and does some pull downs, and then goes back to Smith machine. And 45 minutes will go by, and she's still in the Smith machine. And I'm saying, hurry, like in out on the Smith machine. There's only 4 of them, and there's 30,000 newbies in here. Like, get out, like hurry up. And that's what she does. And I had to come up to her one time, and I was like, get out. Get off the Smith machine. Do something else. I know you're not doing chest, back, by, shoulders. It's not a full body workout day today for the 80th time.
Yeah, that pissed me off.
Okay, I'm done ranting. But yeah, it's like, dude, pick a body, do the set, and then if you're afraid, I don't know, but hurry up.
Yeah.
So another question too, man. We'll try to keep this under an hour. But what does it feel like to be a dad, to be a husband? Great one at that, right? And not have a dad bod. Is it pretty awesome?
You should ask that. You should ask his wife that.
Yeah, I think she's putting the baby to sleep. But if she comes down before, I'll have her answer that. She'll probably be like, "Oh, I hate it."
Oh, she's like into more dad bod.
No, I mean she just probably because she knows all the people that stare at me, and I don't know if they stare at me because I'm a freak or they're just like, "Oh, he's cute," but probably not.
I don't know. People stare at like the craziest things. Like if I'm doing like a 50-pound like shoulder press, like, are you looking at me because like my shoulders look good, or are you looking at me saying like you shouldn't be lifting that much? Because it's always some dude that always has to say, well, you don't want to look like a dude. First off, sir, I'm gonna be with your son, and I'm gonna go with your brother. First off, I look bigger than your son. Okay, that's a problem. Yeah,
that is funny, man. I was gonna say the same thing. What?
To answer your question, I don't even know if it's like clicked being a dad yet. My son turns 3 next week.
Oh my God.
And my daughter is almost 6 months old. So being a dad, I feel like I feel like
it's awesome.
It's amazing, but I feel like I've always been a dad.
Oh, Nick has baby fever.
Like you like Artaby, Artaby.
Yeah. Yep.
Shout out to Artaby. Yeah. I was his freaking dad. I've always had like people like that, but no, it's just cool coming home to seeing like happy little faces to see you, and it definitely gives you a bigger reason in life. Like I don't want my son to go to school and like and I want him to be proud of his dad, And sorry, Juliana, my daughter, she's have all her friends saying your dad's a dill, but sorry. No, I'm just kidding. I just saw one of those TikToks and I was like, wow, what the hell?
TikTok's wild.
Yeah. TikTok. Yeah, I had to ask because I don't think that's promoted enough. You know what I mean? You watch a lot of podcasts. And just in general, like dude, being a good dad is dope. Like, you know what I mean? Like I'm not one, right? But like maybe one day, hopefully, but that's just so important when it comes to like, I guess, the development of like a child, because like my parents are divorced, but like my dad was still around. So like if he wasn't, who knows, like, you know what I mean? Like, who am I? Like, he's a big influence on my life. So like, it's just such an important piece in like in child development or whatnot. And yeah, man, to see you doing at a very high level, it's super awesome to see.
Yeah,
For
it's
sure.
cool seeing the discipline rub off on him too, and I'm sure it's going to continue. He just started soccer, and like a week went by, and he's already like amazing. So
Yeah, he's pushing the kids that are gonna be 120 pounds of stringers. He's pushing them
yeah,
off the field. Yeah. That's dope.
I'm
So
I'm definitely a little baby though when it comes to him. I'm a little soft.
as you should be, man. I wouldn't expect anything else. So to kind of I guess I wouldn't say wrap it up, but this kind of like the final questions we asked. Georgie, you got any other questions? Fitness, business,
No,
lifestyle.
no, I kind of have my gym bro questions answered. That was like my biggest one was like the matching outfit.
Yeah.
I don't know, like, cause I have a guy friend who's like, if you got like the matching fit, like that's hot, like, especially if you know what you're doing too, like it's hot, it's like a style. But I'm not really like a stylish person, so I think I'm still trying to like understand.
I
guess.
will say it also depends, because like if you put too much into your, and now I know this is hard, right? I'm not trying to be judgmental, right? Do wear whatever you want to the gym as long as you're getting into work, whether female or male. But like I feel like if you put almost too much into, I guess, your appearance for the gym, it can almost have like the opposite effect.
Yeah.
Like for example, right? When we were I was still in San Antonio, stationed there. Izzy was down there for a TDY, right? For 7 level. And then we went to the gym, bro. When he walked in, he had like these baggy sweats, and that real baggy ass shirt, right? And I looked at him, I was like, dude, this dude, he fucking lifts. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm not,
the homeless looking people were like, yeah, they hit it.
Yeah, right. And I'm not saying girls like should do that. No, like, you wear your leggings, wear what you want. But what I'm saying is, if you're almost too to the T, like, it's kind of like, dude, like, just get to work, bro. You know what I mean? Like, you spent, how much time did you spend preparing to look good when we're in here to look good while we're not in here? I guess you could say.
Yeah.
My thing is, how much money do you spend on that outfit and you tell me you couldn't buy chicken breast? Come on.
Yeah, but you can't eat right. Yeah. Shout out to Amazon though, to be honest, because I'm tired of the $60 pair of leggings that like I don't know, it's like up and down. Like I'm either a size medium or I'm an extra large.
Yeah.
It makes no sense.
Sure.
But yeah.
You know what? Hold on, I gotta go back to your question, Adams, about being a father and being a husband. I only said being a father, but being a husband is probably amazing too. I think it's the best feeling, because she supports me so much in everything I do. And like, she got out the military, now she's a civilian. So she's basically stuck where we are. And like, to have someone there that like push you no matter what, it's just crazy. Like, whenever I feel like giving up, I'm just like, I can't let them down. I can't let them
for sure.
down. So if you're married and you're trying to look for attention from other females and trying to get that attention, then you're not doing it right, man. Like, just find a person you love, settle down, and grow in life together. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, we were talking about that on the last podcast about not necessarily the husband and wife thing, but how life is very simple. Like, life is simple, like you said. We just try to make it complicated.
Right.
Like, oh well, like I got options or stuff. Like, no, bro, if you're either in it or you're not. There's no like, you either love somebody, they're down for you, or they're down for you, you're down for them. There's no like there shouldn't be any hesitation. If there is, then maybe you know, that shouldn't work out, or maybe you need to work on it till you get to a point where there isn't. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
And I think life is just so simple like that, but we try to
Really.
make it more complicated than it is. But yeah, man, I always ask everybody this. Thank you for sharing that, by the way. Because that's super touching, and hopefully, you know, I'll find my wife.
Yours is coming. Yours
She's
is
somewhere
coming.
out there.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm still looking. But if you want to apply, please leave a comment below. I don't take your own wife applicant. But anyways, yeah, I ask everybody this, or I've started to ask everybody this every podcast. Dinner table. You get 4 people, dead or alive. Who's eating at the dinner table, bro?
Wow. God, you should have asked me this.
I know,
My
he always
bad.
puts
My
everybody
bad.
on
I'm
the
so
spot,
sorry.
and they're like,
I'm so sorry. I forget because I do it every podcast, so I don't add it to like when I text people, because um every guest is different. So
Yeah.
I send them the questions that they're specialized in, I guess, or you know what I mean? That specialized to them. So this one is like a standard across the board. So I forget to put it in there.
Yeah. No, that's cool. First one, Kobe.
Okay, Kobe Bean.
Kobe's coming. That his mentality is just unmatched, and I just want to learn from that. Second one, probably my grandmother. She died, but just want to show her what life is right now for me. I'm sure she knows, and she'd be proud. And I'm trying to get some arroz con pollo from her, so she could come down and make that. That'd be dope. I don't even know the other two.
Oh, by the way, Georgie said her grandparents and her dinner table, along with Katie. He said his grandfather. So you're not the only grandparent.
Oh,
you're not the only one I chose.
Yeah. The other two, dang. I don't know.
But like you gotta have somebody funny in there. You know what I mean? I know you like to laugh.
Oh, I'm having Gabriel Iglesias.
Okay.
I want to bring me some chocolate cake.
That's funny.
No,
one more, last
one. One more. I guess I got to pick bodybuilding. I'm gonna pick Phil Heath. I mean,
okay,
one of the best. So
who did you say?
Yeah,
what was the last one?
Phil Heath, one of the best bodybuilders, 8-time Mr. Olympia.
That's dope, man. That's a great list for sure. You ever hear like those crazy Kobe Bryant stories of how they were training for like the Olympics, and Dwayne Wade tells the story, and I might butcher it, but he talks about Kobe and how he'd wake up like at 2:30 in the morning and he'd get off like 1,000 shots, right? And to think about shooting a basketball 1,000 times is like insane to me.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the Olympic team woke up at or Dwayne Wade woke up at 5 because they had practice at 8. And he woke up at 5 to get his 1,000 shots in. And then he already seen Kobe in there drenched, right? So Dwayne Wade gets his 1,000 shots up at 5 in the morning. They go to breakfast, right? After breakfast, they go to practice and practice all day. And then Dwayne Wade finally goes up to Kobe and he's like, hey man, he was like, how many shots did you get up? He was like, 2,000. He was like, I seen you walk in the gym. He's like, and I had to double it. So basically, yeah, he was like, you're not gonna outwork me. I know we're on the same team. He's like, but you're not gonna outwork me, you know? And I just like that kind of mentality is insane, man. It's crazy to think. For sure. Last question. If there's anybody like realistically that you would want to see on the podcast next, who would you like to see?
Yeah, I don't talk to a lot of people.
I know. And it could be like,
Mm.
anybody can think of.
You remember Rustici? Do you know who that is? Maybe he
I
was.
don't.
Well, maybe I could hit him up. He was canine, but now he opened up his own business and he got out of the military and all that. But he's definitely an interesting dude. I'll send you his info. Another one. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, no, man, that's totally okay. I get it. We just try to ask that because, you know, at times with people's schedules and stuff, it's kind of difficult, and we try to ask for support.
Yeah.
But with that, I think somebody's at my door. I have no idea who it is. We're gonna have to wrap it up. I want to thank you guys for the time. I really appreciate it, and I hope that all the people listening, that y'all enjoyed the content, and thank y'all for tuning in.
I appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
All right, much love. Enjoy y'all Sunday night.
Oh, yeah.
Slow jams. Alrighty, take care.